everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to the final manga haul of 2025. So we have got a few things to go through this month, new releases, some very exciting stuff today, guys. But yeah, this is the last manga haul of 2025. I feel like 2025 definitely was a huge year for like manga and licenses as well. I feel like everyone's like ramping up the licenses that they do and sort of really going gung-ho for licensing new stuff. But as always, we're gonna go publisher by publisher on the things I picked up throughout the month of December. And look at me, guys, getting this video out on time. But yeah, we're gonna start off with a few big releases, and literally big releases. We're gonna start off with Dark Horse, and the first one is Lone Wolf and Cub. So Dark Horse announced this a little while ago where they were gonna re-release Lone Wolf and Cub in these beautiful deluxe hardcover editions. And they also are doing this so it is to be read in the traditional manga Japanese way, because I believe the original releases, they, instead of them having them like back to front, they did them like front to back sort of thing, so it didn't read as well. And they did them in much smaller like print size. I love the way that they've presented this one. I love when Dark Horse doesn't just do like the black covers for their deluxe editions, like at least not too many like switches them up, and I like that. I like seeing the different colors on the shelves with the deluxe editions, and whenever I see like the black hardcover, I always think Berserk rather than any other title. But yeah, I love the color choice that they've chosen for this. I think it works really well. But yeah, it's exciting to see them give Lone Wolf and Cub like the love that it sort of deserves by doing the print properly sort of thing. Another deluxe edition that we have, Planets. I still don't know how to correctly pronounce this, but volume 2 got released. I love this silver with like the copper sort of like gilded edges. I really like that. I hope they do more gilded edges like in the future, because I think this works really well, especially with it being such a like special like type of like edition, with it being like hardback, really big print size. I would like to see them do more gilded edges. But yeah, that's volume 2. It's literally landed on my doorstep yesterday, so it's like fresh off the print. Then moving on to Aloha Comics. So I pre-ordered this blooming months ago now, and it's taken months to get here, because I believe they had an issue with their distributor. So they, for the EU and UK, they moved their distributor to the Netherlands, I believe, which pushed this back for us guys by a long time. So I've only just got mine, and that is the Heaven Official's Blessing art book. Now, for those that don't know, Heaven Official's Blessing is one of my all-time favorite like stories ever. I love the novel. It's like my favorite novel ever. This holds such a special place in my heart. So them releasing an English version of the art book, yeah, I was very excited to get this. I did also receive, I don't know, I think I forgot to put it in a video, but I did get the Aloha's version of it's not a manhwa, it's like the donghua. So they're like a box set of Heaven Official's Blessing. So there's a lot of confusion around that, because there is like the manhwa, and it was kind of advertised as that, but it isn't that. It's like donghua, so the anime. It's like the adaptation version of that, and people thought it was the Star Ember edition, which it wasn't. But yeah, so I think there's a little bit of confusion around like the advertisement of that, and so a lot of people got very confused and a little like disappointed. But yeah, I did get that box set as well, and it comes with like a bunch of freebies as well. But yeah, this just took so long to get delivered. Like, I know that they were like moving the warehouse and everything, but it just felt like it took even longer for that, especially like seeing people like I know in America and stuff, like, but a couple of months ago they were getting theirs, and I was just like, but where's mine? So also from Aloha Comics, we got the release of Little Mushroom, the manhwa. We got volume 1, which is very nice cover, and we also got volume 2. So this came in like the 2-volume set, and it came with like an acrylic stand, which I love. When companies do that, I'm all for an acrylic stand, and like some like little posters on stuff. But yeah, that came in a 2 volume like set. Very excited for that. That's a huge one, I feel like. I can't remember off the top of my head, because I know 7Seas licensed a lot of the Peach Blossom Danmeis there, because they're like now defunct. I know that they licensed like Golden Terrace, I think, and a few other ones that they did, and they had Little Mushroom. And I feel like I saw 7Seas announce that they also announced the novel of Little Mushroom, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm excited to get the manhwa, because it's been around for a little while now, and I know like people have been massively wanting to get a license of this, so we finally have it, so that's very exciting. That's a big win. Moving on to Inklaw. So how I said about the Heaven Official's Blessing disappointment in fans, because they thought that they were getting a Star Ember one from Aloha Comics or whatever, and they didn't. And then Tokyo Pop announced the Spanish version, I believe, of the Star Ember version of Heaven Official's Blessing, and people were losing their minds. And it was actually Inklaw that got the license for it, and we have it, and it's beautiful. Like, guys, they kept the original Chinese cover for this. Like, I do have the Chinese version. They kept the original cover for it, which I highly appreciate. It's a hardcover. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. I'm so happy with this. It has the sprayed edges, which is just simple, but even without the dust jacket, which is a nice matte dust jacket, which I like, we have, this is the hardcover, what it looks like. But yeah, I'm personally am super happy with this, how they've presented it. And if you haven't seen Star Ember's artwork, it's very unique. You can definitely tell like who the artist is straight away. But yeah, it's some of the like nicest artwork and the most unique artwork that I've seen, in my opinion. But yeah, I really love this story, and I will buy all of the adaptations of Heaven Official's Blessing. To be honest, any of MXTX's work, like, I will buy like all versions of it, because I just love them so much. But yeah, I'm really happy with like the presentation of this, honestly, guys. And I'm glad that they kept like the original covers. But yeah, we finally have it, guys. Okay, guys, I think I'm organized. So like I say, publisher by publisher, we'll start off with like the few random volumes that I picked up. So we got 2 from Yen Press. We have Subakichu Lonely Planet volume 11. This is a 14-volume series, I believe, so we are nearing the end. There is a little bit of an age gap, but it is a really nice romance that I've been enjoying. Yeah, I've really been enjoying that. I highly recommend it if you don't mind the age gap thing. Then we have a GL. We have volume 3 of The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All. This has been making waves since its English release over here. I love the addition of like the green color throughout the series as well. But yeah, loads of people have been enjoying this series. It's a good GL series. Then we have from Oni Press, we have Covenant Volume 4. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure how many volumes this is planned to be, but this is full color webtoon BL, but it does include like GL couples as well in this as well. But I've been enjoying this. I've got a couple of volumes to catch up on. The artwork is super pretty as well, but it's a really interesting sort of like church taking on demons, lots of combat and fighting and stuff. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this one. It's been a lot of fun, and I also like the presentation of this. Like, it is a larger like print size, like even larger than just like a regular large size, but I really like the presentation of this one. And then from Ice Press, we have volume 4 of Semantic Error. Really been enjoying this one. They announced as well the novel as well, so if you'd been waiting for the novel of this, then that is also getting released by Ice Press. And then moving on to Sublime, we've got a couple of releases from Sublime. We have Trickster's Tale Volume 1, which I thought was an interesting license that I'm very excited to get into. This cover, like how pretty is this cover? So really excited to get into that one. We have volume 11 of Black and White. I really like this because I like stories that sort of revolve around like creative types, and this is revolving around actors trying to have that relationship while both being in the spotlight. It's definitely more of a slow burn to start with when you first start reading it, but I quite like that. I quite enjoy that. Next we have Find Out volume 14, Crazy in Love. This has been going on for absolutely years now. We sort of like get a volume a year sort of thing, but yeah, it's been long ongoing, but we finally have a new volume, guys. We finally have a new volume. Moving on to Tokyo Pop, which have been killing it. Like, they've definitely one of those publishers that have stepped up their licensing and releases, because my like Tokyo Pop collection was like a couple of shelves and is vastly growing from their releases. But yeah, they've been coming out with some awesome stories, and if you are into BL and you prefer to read like one shots or like shorter series, I highly recommend checking it out, their selection, because they do some really good licenses, and they are often like a shorter series or they are like one shots. So we have Dear Demon King is our first one here. Then we also have Fox and Puppy. They also do a lot of like animal, I'm not saying that this is an animal related one, but they often do like the human hybrid animal stories as well. So if that is also sort of like your thing that you enjoy reading about, they've got plenty to choose from. And then I love this cover. They've done a matte cover for this and I really like it. My Moons and Midnight Are For You. I love that title as well, but I love this cover so much. Like, this is one of my favorite covers that they've done. Like, just the colors, the writing, the fact that it is a like soft matte cover as well, which I really like. Like even the back as well. Yeah, I really like the presentation of this one, and it continues onto the spine rather than just like being, rather than it just being like the white spine with like a little bit of color on it, like the picture goes sort of like all the way around. I really like the presentation of that. Then we're going to move on to Kodansha. There's a few releases from Kodansha. We have a Space Walking With You, volume 2. We have number 1, a Megaria, butchered that probably, volume 1. A Megaverse story, love them. Then one of my favorite like stories that I've been really enjoying, romances, is Gazing at the Star Next Door, volume 7. Guys, I really like this series. These are too cute, and these are again in that acting realm where childhood friends, he's becoming an actor, being in the spotlight. But yeah, I really like those types of stories as well. And then we have A Kingdom of Quartz, volume 4. This, I don't see anyone talking about this, and I really like this story so far. It's about a girl who she wants to work for the like Citadel as a archangel, as like one of the protectors of the city. It's very like religious based, like angels, and so she wants to like be one of the like guardian angels to the city. However, there's something that's like holding her back, and people don't look at her as an angel because of her wings. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. I don't see like people talking about it, and is one that I recommend because it does have a interesting storyline, and I have been enjoying it so far. And then another romance, guys. This year has been the year of like romance stories for me. But again, one of my favorites that I've been waiting impatiently for the next volume, we have How I Met My Soulmate, volume 5. I love this story. So it's about a woman who is trying to find her soulmate, and then one night she ends up going out with her friend, and she ends up looking after this guy that is the worst for wear on a night out, like puking and just don't know where he is and everything. But she's trying to find a soulmate, and he ends up helping her find her soulmate. Yeah, I really like that story and the adventures that she goes on. And then we have a BL, we have Flip Slowly. Again, one of these covers that like I really like the look of. And then we have another, this was like recommended, like left in a comment ages ago. It was a recommendation to read because you know, I've been in my shoujo Jersey era, and this was recommended, and I picked it up, and I finally read it and like fell in love with the series so much. Like, it's such a good shoujo. Like, I highly recommend it. It's volume 4 of Fall in Love You False Angels. Like, I completely understand the hype when this got announced. I completely understand why people were like losing their minds over this license, because I read it, and yeah, it's a pretty good twist. Like, it's not your average normal shoujo story, and I really like it. Like, it's been so fun that I binged the first 3. Yeah, and if you're a shoujo fan, you're looking for something that isn't necessarily all like cutesy butterflies and rainbows and stuff, I recommend that one. That was a good series. And then moving on to Viz Media, we have Kaiju number 8, Relax, volume 1. They're really going to town on the Kaiju series, which honestly I don't blame them. I love these characters so much, and I still can't believe that the manga has ended, like digital release has ended, which is kind of sad. Then we have volume 7 of Heart Gear. This again is one of those series that I don't see a lot of people talking about, and I really feel like it deserves a lot more attention, because this has been a really good series. It's about a world where humans no longer exist, because robots known as gears have taken over the planet basically, and sort of become more sentient, broken out of their roles and stuff, and yeah, they basically took over, save for one human girl that's left. I highly recommend it. It's been a really good series so far, and along with this one as well, like I don't see a lot of people talking about this one either. It's Full Night Volume 7. This has been one of my favorite series this year. And yeah, again, like I don't see people talking about this one, and it's like one of those, like, I need more people to read it. But this is that sort of like human plant hybrid situations that we see in. It's in a world where there is no longer any sun, and so people undergo a this thing called transflorification, where they basically get turned into a plant, and it slowly turns them into a plant, but they get like a massive payoff. And so like the streets and stuff, they're all littered with these like human plants. But it's been such a good series so far. It's been like an emotional series, like there's action in it. Yeah, read it, guys. It's such a good series. Then we have Boys Abyss, volume 11. This is such a dark series. Definitely some more difficult topics to sort of read through. So if you're looking for something a bit more a bit darker, like a darker thriller type thing, then I recommend that. But it definitely does touch upon like more adult themes. And then we have Beast Complex, volume 4, guys. I feel like it's been so long since volume 3 was released. Like, I feel like it was a couple of years ago when volume 3 was released, because I feel like I've had 1 to 3 for a while now. But yeah, we finally have the next volume. I believe the creator has also like started a new story. I'm pretty sure I've seen like a little bit of that, but yeah, we finally have like it's a spin-off to Beast Stars that sort of like runs alongside it. But yeah, we finally have the next volume of that, guys. And then moving on to our final publisher, which is Seven Seas, which always kind of like dominates my pickups for the month. Yeah, we'll do the manga and then we'll do the drama. So the first one we have is The Demon King is Way Too Overprotective, volume 2. I haven't read the first volume yet, so I can't really comment on how it is so far. But volume 2 released. Then we have Happy Hell. We have Happy Hell volume 4. Which I was kind of like a little bit lukewarm on the start of this. I've got volume 3 to read as well, but yeah, I was kind of like a little bit lukewarm, so I'm sort of like just seeing how I go with this one for now. But I feel like there's been some really good like shoujo and josei releases that one hasn't quite hit that itch just yet, but I always like to give a series like a good few volumes to sort of really decide. I think, to be honest, like the only one that I'm kind of like dropping is honestly Firing His Fingertips, because I feel like that was probably held on such a high pedestal with people. Like people really love that series, whereas for me it's a little bit too much where damsel in distress, helpless, can't, like, she doesn't really stand on her 2 feet, and he is just like, he gives me the ick a little bit, to be honest. If I'm being completely honest, he gives me a bit of the ick. Like, I know it's a smutty series and all of that, but even the smut is just a bit like, it just kind of gives me a little bit of the ick. So I think that's kind of like really the only series that I've dropped. But I'm also like willing to sort of go back and read it just to see if like my feelings have changed a little bit on it. But yeah, that's why I say Happy Hell. I'm willing to give series like a good chance, because sometimes the series doesn't always like grab you within the first like 1 or 2 volumes, but then like turns into an absolute gem sort of once it's got past that like setting the grounds for the story, if that makes sense. But yeah, we have Lovers on the Last Train as well, which I'm excited for. This seems like it's going to be a good one shot. Then we have Long Period Volume 2, and then we've got a couple of webtoons. We have Painter of the Night Volume 2. If you saw me when I hauled the first volume of this is one of my all-time favorite BLs. It's not for everyone because there's definitely some dubious stuff that happens and just straight up stuff that's bad, but I love this series so much. Like, I love the artwork for it. It's beautiful, and yeah, the story, like the character arcs and stuff, I really like this, but I understand that it's not everyone's like cup of tea for a BL. Then we have Boss Bitch Baby Volume 1. So I started reading this a while ago on, I believe it's on Tappytoon. But yeah, I started reading this like quite a while ago. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea because it does start off with basically a guy being locked up for this other guy and being told that he can't go home. I haven't read it all. I'm not even entirely sure whether like it's completed yet or not, but yeah, I read the first season. I did enjoy it, like no major complaints from me. But yeah, it has been a while since I've read it, so I was excited for a physical release because I always prefer physical over digital. So I'm gonna read it again from the beginning. But yeah, I haven't finished that one yet. And then moving on to our Danmei stack, guys, we have volume 5 of Kin Porsche. Still loving the fact that it's the same creator as Fangs that is doing the covers. We have volume 3 of Dinghai Fushen Records. That's the, like I say, that's the Danmei. We have Copper Coins volume 2. Beautiful cover. I love this cover. Then we have volume 4 of Legend of Exorcism. I love the colors on this. If you can't tell, I'm a purple girly. But yeah, I love this cover as well. Beautiful. So yeah, volume 4. And then 2 new releases, guys. We have the White Cat's Divine Scratching Post, which I'm very excited to get into this one. Does this not remind you of Moran on the cover here? But yeah, very excited to get into this one. And then we have the new series from Priest. We have Silent Reading as well, which is a more like modern Danmei, so excited to get into this as well. I really should read more of the like modern stuff, but I'm just such a sucker for this type of stuff. I'm such a sucker for like this type of Danmei. But yeah, that's everything that I picked up in December, guys. I can't believe this is the last haul of the year. Like, it feels like it's come around so super quick. But yeah, lots of like amazing releases this year. Absolutely amazing releases this year. It was a very exciting year for particularly Danmei readers. Also like Bahi readers as well, getting like the first official like English release from Seven Seas. So I expect to see way more like of the GL stuff in our future, which is very, very exciting. But yeah, huge year I think this year. So I am gonna leave this one here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. What was your like favorite release this year? Like, what really like hyped you up this year, or like announcement or whatever? Like, let me know in the comments. I hope you are all enjoying the festive season, at least getting to chill out a little bit and relax, hopefully. because it can get very hectic. And I'm wishing you all the best for 2026, and we shall be back with more in 2026. Bye everyone.